Hello students, welcome to online classes of Shri Mahavir International School. Students, today we are going to discuss class 7th science second chapter, that is nutrition in animal. As we know, dear students, all living organisms require nutrition. In previous chapter, first nutrition in plants, I taught you about the plants, that how plants require the nutrition and what kind of mode of nutritions are there. In mode of nutrition, we discussed about the autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic was the self-depend, which can occur only in green plants because they are producer, and heterotrophic type of mode of nutrition can occur in plants as well as in other animals. So dear students, in chapter 2 nutrition in animals, we will discuss that how the nutrition take place in animals, and we will discuss step by steps involved in animal nutrition. Nutrition in amoeba, nutrition in human beings, and nutrition in ruminants animals. Step by step we will discuss about that. Nutrition in animals. So in previous chapter what we have studied, that what is nutrition, and I told you that all living things require food to stay alive and grow well. Food contains useful substances called the nutrients, and food needs to be digested in the body so that it can be utilized by the cells of the body. Yes, that taking food inside the body, this is called the ingestion process, but utilization by our body, that food, that is called the nutrition. As we see in this chapter, all living things require food. It gives them energy to perform various life processes. Animals cannot prepare their own food and they depend on plants or other animals for their food. Students, in previous chapter I told you that photosynthesis process can occur only in plants because they have green pigment, that is called the chlorophyll. And in presence of chlorophyll, sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide, they synthesize their own food. That's why they call autotrophs. But animals that are heterotrophs, because they directly or indirectly depend on the plants for their food. So some animals and human beings consume both plants and animals. Yes, some animals or humans that consume both plant and animals. So what they called? They called omnivorous. They called omnivorous. In earlier classes you have discussed, you have studied about the herbivorous, carnivorous. So in herbivorous, you know that if an animal that eat the plant product, that is called that herbivorous, and plant eating animal are called herbivorous, animal eating animals are carnivorous, and plant and animal both eating animal are called omnivorous. So that after eating that food, that should be digested and that should be utilized by the human being and other animals. But there are some steps which involve in animal nutrition. So animals take food in solid or liquid form. Yes, animals take the food in solid or liquid form. Solid means just suppose that human beings that is eating the bread and chapatis, that is solid form, and liquid form, it means that drinking any juice, that is liquid form. So this form of nutrition in which the food is taken in and digested and absorbed for its utilization is called the holozoic nutrition. So there are 5 steps in holozoic nutrition. In holozoic nutrition means that taking complex food and after digestion convert it into simpler form, and in simpler form that animal can utilize easily that food. So the first step, ingestion. Simply we can understand ingestion means taking food inside by any organism. So the process which involves taking in food inside the body of an organism is called the ingestion. So different organisms have the special structure for taking food. For example, human beings, they can eat food with the help of their hands, okay, and other animals like the frog that intake food by its tongue. So therefore different animals have their different structure for ingestion process, like in amoeba, pseudopodia. Okay, pseudopodia means the irregular shape of amoeba, and it can form two false fish, that is called what, pseudopodia, and by this pseudopodia it can engulf the food along with the water droplets. And other organism like the hydra uses tentacles, paramecium cilia, mosquitoes feeding tubes, and other birds breaks, and snakes such as python swallow their food as a whole, and human use their hands. Now after the ingestion process, second step is digestion. Simplifying the food. Simplifying means organism take complex food and convert it into simpler form. This is process called digestion. So here in definition we can write the process of breaking down of components of food into the simple and soluble form is called the digestion. And in absorption, that after digestion that food should be absorbed in our blood. So the process of passing of a soluble product of digestion into the cells of the body and through body fluid such as blood is called the absorption. But after absorption, that should be utilized by our body. Utilized by our body means assimilation process. Assimilation is further process after absorption. In this process, the process of using the absorbed food molecules for producing energy and growth is called the assimilation process. After assimilation process, there is egestion. Egestion means after the assimilation, that extra substances, the waste material, that should be terminated from the body. So in definition we can write the process of removing undigested food materials from the body is called the egestion. Students, in these two pictures you can see that different structure of ingestion process in these animals. Like in mosquitoes you can see feeding tubes, and in paramecium these structure all called cilia, and in amoeba it has irregular shape but it can form the pseudopodia, that is called false feet. Now there is an activity. In activity what we have to do, given below are the name of some animals and find out the food they eat and their mode of ingestion. Yes, here name of some animals like the frog, lizard, lice, parrot, and the cockroaches. Now in this column you have to write the type of food that what kind of food can be eaten by the frog, lizard and lice. And in third column you have to write mode of ingestion, that what kind of mode of ingestion is using by the frog. Like for example, in frog, what can we write in frog? In frog we can write that it uses what, sorry, what kind of food it uh, eats. It eats like the insects. It eats insect. And mode of ingestion is what? Tongue. Okay students, so in first column you have to write insects, and second mode of ingestion you have to write tongue. So therefore you have to complete these 5 columns. Now the nutrition in amoeba. Students, as I told you that heterotrophic mode of nutrition take place in all animals. And in heterotrophic, what kind of nutrition take place in human beings, amoeba, paramecium? Holozoic mode of nutrition. But how that holozoic mode of nutrition take place in amoeba, we will discuss in detail. That first step which involve in amoeba, that amoeba is a unicellular organism. Unicellular means that amoeba has a single cell structure, and that only single cell perform the all functions of their body. So single cellular organism amoeba, and can be seen only through a microscope because it's very tiny, and it is found in the pond and ditches. Ditches means so spots, okay, in ground where some water can collect due to the rainy season, and ponds, as you know. And it eats microscopic plants. Very tiny plants can be eaten by the amoeba, and plant as well as animals that float in water. And second, an amoeba has an irregular shape, consists of cell membrane, nucleus and many small vacuoles. As I told you, amoeba has irregular shape, okay, it can change its shape, and amoeba can change its shape and position. It gives out one or more finger like projection, that is called pseudopodia. I have told you this thing, and that is called false feet. And how that pseudopodia help to amoeba? Pseudopodia helps to amoeba for engulf the food and for ingestion process, and it can use its pseudopodia for for movement also. The food particles taken inside the body forms a food vacuole. Digestion of food particles is done by digestive juices. So overall, students, I can tell you that how the nutrition take place in amoeba. Let's see here. Let me zoom this picture of amoeba. This is the amoeba, okay, and here a food particles, and these two are what? These two are pseudopodia. When food comes in path of amoeba, that with the help of pseudopodia it engulfs the food. Here we can see that process, engulfing and ingestion process in this amoeba, and it engulfs the food along with the water droplets. For example, here a food, and along with the water droplets it will engulf. After engulfing that food, what happens? That food comes inside the body of amoeba, and here some digestive enzymes and juices secreted on the food which is inside now the amoeba, and the water droplets perform like a stomach for that amoeba. Now the complete digestion, okay, complete digestion of food, energy will be produced, and that nutrition also will be produced, and that energy will be taken by the amoeba, and amoeba will grow in size, okay, and through the cell membrane it will remove the undigested food. So this simple process is called what? Digestion in amoeba. Here in activity second, to observe the amoeba in pond water, how can we see the presence of amoeba in pond water? So here is an activity. In this activity we see we have to collect some water from the ponds and put a drop of this water on a slide and observe under the microscope, and we will find that the something moving observed and note down the observation. Simply student, you have to take the help of a slide which made of glass, okay. On this slide you have to put one or two drop of that pond water. After then what will you do? In a microscope, okay, in a microscope you will see that it has magnetized, okay. Now in water droplets you will see some moving things, and that is called amoeba. I hope you have understood. Now it's time to answer. Students, the type of question is, in this question circle the correct words among the two words given in bold to make correct answer. Here two words, okay. First, for example, in first we see assimilation and absorption. So which is suitable for this sentence is the process of using observed food. So process of absorbed food is what? That is assimilation. That is not absorption. Is the process of using absorbed food, because that food has been observed already, that after observing that food what kind of process will be taken? Assimilation. So therefore you have to answer these 5 questions. Now nutrition in human being, the most topic of this chapter, that is nutrition in human being. We will discuss now students that how the nutrition take place in human beings. So ultimately we can say we are going to discuss about our body, our digestive system. So first thing is what? Human beings, like other animals, take in food through their mouth. Yes, we intake, and the ingestion process take place in our body through our mouth, and after ingestion what happens? That digestion should be there, but before digestion different tasks. See, the continuous canal by which food enter the body and wastage are expelled out is called alimentary canal. So students, let me tell you one thing. This is a human being, okay, and it has a food pipe, okay. After food pipe there is a stomach. After stomach, here a pancreas and liver. After then the small intestine, and after small intestine the large intestine, okay, and at last the anus. So students, I am going to tell you the different parts of our digestive system take place for the getting nutrition in human being. As I have drawn in this picture, that in nutrition in human beings, the different part take place. First, the mouth and esophagus, that is called the food pipe, and stomach, okay, small intestine and large intestine, the rectum and the anus. So the all are part of our digestive system, and this complete path of our digestion is called alimentary canal. I hope you have understood. This is called the digestive tract also. The alimentary canal, digestive tract, and the associated glands like the pancreas and the liver forms the digestive system. Digestive system means digestive juices will be secreted by different glands like the pancreas and the liver. Expelled. What is the expelled? Expelled means eliminate or move out. Eliminate or move out means that terminate the undigested food from the body. Now here we see, let us study the different steps involved in the nutrition in human beings. First steps will be there, what? Ingestion. Beginning of this, recently I have just told you the ingestion process. Human being uses their mouth and hands for the ingestion. So the ingestion, taking food into the body. Simple process, that is called taking food into the body, that is called ingestion. So the food is taken into the body through the mouth, and it is broken down into small pieces with the help of our teeth. Students, what is the function of our teeth? For chewing the food in smaller pieces. So the process of breaking down food into smaller pieces by the teeth is called the mastication. And here the different kind of teeth are there in our mouths, and they perform the different functions. If we discuss about the incisor, so students, in our mouth, what are the incisors? Incisors are these front teeth, okay, which use for cutting something. And next the canines, these are the canines teeth, okay, these are the canines. And what is function of canines? For tearing any food. And what about the premolars? Premolars for the crushing any food, and for grinding the molar teeth are responsible. So teeth are also important for nutrition in human beings. Here we see a picture of human being. As we see, different parts of our body are responsible for the digestion and nutrition in human beings, like the salivary glands that secrete the saliva, okay, and mouth which contain the tongue as well as the teeth, that is also used for the nutrition. And esophagus, that is that gives the path to the food to enter into the stomach. After stomach, the liver and pancreas that secrete some digestive juices that helps to digest the food. Then gallbladder that store the bile juice, and small intestine. And here complete digestion of food take place. After the complete digestion of food, that in large intestine, that extra water and salt in our food that is undigested will be absorbed in large intestine through the villi structure, and after the large intestine the anus, and through the anus that undigested food will be expelled. Now here we can see the number of teeth in human beings. Students, the serial number 1. Here the type of teeth: incisors, flat teeth located in front. You can feel in your in your mouth that four teeth which are present, flat teeth located in front, that is called incisors, that present in lower jaw and upper jaw, and the total number of incisors are what, 8. And I have told you the functions of the different teeth, like the cutting and biting. Therefore for the canines, sharp pointed teeth and next to the incisor, it means it comes after the incisor. Okay, the number of canines in each jaw are 2 and total 4, that used for pursing and tearing the food. The third one, as I told you, the premolars, the in upper and lower jaw 4. The total number of premolars are 8, they used for chewing and grinding and for crushing also. And for the molar teeth, the number of molar teeth are 6 plus 6 in upper and lower jaw, and the total number of molar teeth are 12, and that is used for chewing and grinding food. Humans have two sets of teeth in their lifetime. The first set of the teeth are called temporary teeth and the milk teeth. Temporary teeth and milk teeth you have seen in child stage, and the number of that milk teeth are 20. Around the age 6, okay, milk teeth start falling and get the replaced by the permanent teeth. If we talk about the permanent teeth, so there are 32 permanent teeth in the mouth of an adult with different shape and the functions, as I told you about the incisor, canines, premolar and the molars, and each jaw has the 16 teeth. So in children there are only 8 molar teeth in the mouth, and the other 4 molar developed at the age of 18 and later, and are called the wisdom teeth. It is very important to take care of our teeth. Students, we must take care of your teeth from from for preventing them by the different germs and the acid. So we should care of our teeth, like if we do not clean our teeth and mouth after the eating, that harmful bacteria begin to grow on our mouth teeth, and these bacteria start acting on the food and break down the sugar and stuck between the teeth and produce an acid, and acid is harmful for our teeth because it can result the tooth decay. Here is a fact: the we eat about the 500 kg of food in a year. Very interesting thing. 500 kg food, and this acid gradually makes a hole in the teeth, and this results in cavity. Cavity means the hole, that hole which present in our teeth. Okay, and this is called the tooth decay. So bacteria grow faster on sweet and the sugary products, so avoid the sweet and sugary product as much as possible. And if bacteria food particles and saliva forms a thick layer on the surface of the teeth. It's called plaque. You can eat sweet food, but the condition is what? You have to brush your teeth twice a day. So students, we have discussed about the teeth, which are our main part, which are also the main part of our digestion. And in next video we will discuss the functions of tongue in nutrition in human beings.